Uh, hello. There it is. My camera's working. Um, I want to come back to a lighter subject, and it's about this man, about this woman, and she said that she wanted a man that's who was high value with a high income. But when they asked her would she date a man who maybe is not that his income, but he could be a bus driver. This is what she said, and I'm gonna take you why some passport bros are going overseas. And even though we have beautiful women here, but their mindset, the entitlements is so much.
Hello, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ.
Oh,
Welcome to Great Miracle.
oh, I'm sorry, wrong video.
I went back and forth whether or not to do a commentary.
Sorry about that, wrong video.
I know some are you curious, but the reason why I don't like doing these type of commentaries a lot is because someone is going to misinterpret something. And usually when a black man gives his opinion on black women with Anthony K. Williams type mindset, y'all think that we're attacking black women and their accomplishments or not. Hey, I'm happy that she was able to go off and go to school, get a law degree. She was blessed. There are a lot of people in our community who want to do the same thing, go off to be doctors, lawyers, teachers, scientists, architects, you name it, but we live in a society where you have the school system, okay? They do a lot of discouragement, or they don't put a lot of things in our school. So a lot of our people don't know which direction to go to. Let's keep it real. She was blessed. It doesn't matter if you come from a two-parent house or a single-parent household. But usually, there going to be some people going to say, okay, I may not be a doctor, I may not be a lawyer, I may not be a teacher, but let me get in where I fit in. Let me go out here and work, get a training, or let me try to start my own business, let me do something. And we need people who drive those buses, who drive those trucks. We need people who want to be in the hospitals, taking care of the waste that patients leave behind and things of nature. Meaning, in sanitation, I'm going blank on the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. Work at a hospital, you feel you work in. Everybody is not going to be a nurse. Everybody don't have that mindset for that, or that patience for that. But to sit back there and crap on people who make a certain amount of money, or the job is not as prestigious, it shows its arrogance. And unfortunately, some of our sisters still have not learned from that sense of arrogance. Now, Ebony talked about when she don't want a guy that's a truck driver, a bus driver, I believe, bus driver. I want to guy to own the bus. Okay, everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur. No, remember, you got to understand, you got to go through banks. Banks got to give you loans, or you got to find somebody to write you out a grant. You don't know what you know when you do that. You go and get it when you fit in. And some people have been able to save money, be able to start a business, but look how long it takes for their business to get off. And some people say, hey, I'm just a grunt, a boy, punch in, punch out. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people don't like doing those type of jobs, but they understand in order to survive in the society, you got to be able to work. But when you sit here and say in the media, and this is a problem that black women suffer from. I'm not saying all black women do this. Now get out here this conversation. Y'all don't think the little girls, little boys hear this? You don't think that these little girls, remember I told y'all when I was a kid, little girls would say shit to us. Was even 12 years old yet. I want this guy with a good hair. I want nice skin. I want a guy with this money. You ain't even 12 years old yet. And you hearing them say that because they hear their mamas or their aunties, their grandmas, or complete strangers say that. And boys, after a certain while, they said, in order for me to get a girlfriend or me to get with somebody or be intimate with somebody, I gotta have some money in my pocket. What's way? We're gonna make some quick money. So, and the dude on the course said, yo, young boy, you wanna make some money, man? Come here, bro. You can make some quick money, man. Look at this money right here. That ain't shit. That's blood money. That's only gonna last you for so long. You gotta be on the corner, be exposed to that type of life. So these young brothers might put themselves in harm's way, trying to impress females, and the thing is females like Anthony with her mindset. I'm gonna tell you something. I guarantee you, when she's young, if she didn't, she was messing with the dude that was flashy. Because by her personality and her tone, she seen only mess with dudes that got a certain amount of money or come across every flash. And then she know it, so then she started talking education. There are a lot of dudes that got A's and B's trying to be the worst motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah.
But I digress. The thing is, you're out here saying this shit, other people's listening. And they laugh. And the very people that encourage y'all to separate yourself from black men or look as black men as beneath y'all or whatever, they making fun of y'all. That's tons of videos where we see white men or white men saying, look at these black women just talking about they black men.
Yep.
Look how they just yelling at men out in public, talking about they smarter than them. If white women think they smarter than men, they ain't gonna say shit. They gonna do cheap things, try to compliment you, to break them up, unless those men did something that's really piss them off. Or there's one of them lesbians just restricted his hate being around men. Period.
Exactly.
Exactly. Everybody in the world have a preference.
Exactly.
Everybody have a preference, but she came across as arrogant. And the thing is, there's a reason why you can say, how can somebody look like her? You're 39 years old and no dude pushing up on her. See, I ain't talking about the kid aspect, because everybody can't carry kids. Everybody can't produce children, male or female. But you sit there and say, wait a minute. Now, let me tell you, dating is hard. Believe me, I know. You got to jump through too many hoops, and you got to do too much baggage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But females like this, guys, we've been dealing with females like this all our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all wonder why some brothers decide to look outside the community. Now, first thing you're going to say, nah, you just won't get. No. This is the reason why. Now, I'm not saying that dating outside the community is a better option. I'm not saying that other women ought to treat black men better than black women. I'm not saying that, because you're going to take the good, the bad, and the any group.
Right.
But the thing is, she even said she dated all men with all kinds. What do you mean all kinds? That means she's not only dated black men, but she stepped outside the community and knowing her profession, she's been with some white dudes, some other dudes. Ain't nobody stupid. That sister was on the backtrack. I think she a lawyer too or something like that. And when they did her background, I remember me, Sean James, Toya Rain, and Phil Scott, we were saying that she ain't picking no brother on that Bachelor show. And we couldn't find out that she's dated white men before. She did the same thing at Oprah. All these sisters, they sat on TV for the last, 30, 40 years, telling black women, you don't need a black man. All you need is a protective bracelet and vibrate. Oh, you got plenty of time. Then as soon as that sister keep looking past that brother say, okay, then another female come along and say, hi, how you doing? And then y'all get mad and want to say the brother's a sellout. Mm-hmm. That's why when Dr. Dwight Johnson be on that shit talking about black men always outside. That's not a lot of brothers staying outside the community. That's another myth.
That's true.
Been pushed back in to justify black women or cover them stepping outside the community.
That's true.
Now I know this is not the entire black female population.
That's
so
true.
for you sisters to stop getting your panties in a bunch,
yep.
You need to understand something. Ever since the late 1960s, when a bunch of black women betrayed the civil rights movement, was I like to call the Black Freedom Movement. Y'all went on joined this feminist lesbian claptrap about women's rights, abortion rights, and look what's going on 50 some years later.
Right.
And y'all arguing with each other. Y'all, the very people that y'all was big up in this shit, they want to replace y'all as women.
Yep.
The very women that y'all moms and grandmothers and aunties of y'all marched over the years, they're dismissive of y'all issues. Now they lecture y'all like you crazy. I'm watching you up there clip. I just saw a clip. You had the white women on the panel and the Hispanic chick. You guys trying to tell Sonny Holston, y'all gotta get too rigid on your standards. No, now I'm not saying date beneath your means. I'm not saying go date somebody who's lazy or don't respect themselves, but when you sit there and dismiss a bus driver and say, well, I won't mess with because you don't own it, you've been arrogant. But see, men have always dated down.
Right.
Or men have always been the ones who had to make more money.
Exactly.
When we go on dates, it's always expected that we pay for the date. The thing is,
exactly.
Y'all say y'all can do everything a man can do. Y'all independent, y'all all this other shit, then you still turn around. At the end of the day, y'all want us to treat y'all like damsel in distress.
Exactly.
See, y'all don't know what you want. And I'm gonna say this again. I think a lot of it has to do with image. See, black women see how some white women are living, and they say, "Why can't I get this guy? Why can't I get that type of guy?" Well, there's a lot of different reasons.
Yep.
There are a lot of brothers not
Yes.
who ought to be making a
Yes.
certain sum of money.
Yes.
We all know we ain't gonna be no NBA players, and some of us, I tell any brother, if you still hoping that you're gonna be playing some professional sport at the age of 25, you can get that shit a rest. When you 18, 19 years old, you should pretty much know that hey, ain't gonna happen. So you get it when you finish. You're able to go off to school and get in a profession, the medical field of law. If you're able to be a police officer, military, or just pick up trash, that's an honest profession.
Right.
When she's basically saying that she think it's beneath her, when she go out to dinners, oh, what do your husband do? Oh, he drives a bus. He drives a bus. Those bus drivers make good money.
They sure do.
And what they do is not an easy job.
No, it's not.
And whenever you talk about law enforcement got a risky job, just think about it. If you drive people from stop to stop, you don't know their personality. There have been bus drivers who got stabbed, got shot.
Right.
People drove their cars into bus. People started fights on bus. Bus drivers lost control. School bus drivers got kids on school buses fighting and doing all kinds of shit.
Exactly.
They want to go take damage too. Some of bus drivers make good money. Now, are they making your kind of money, Anthony? No. But if they can pay their bills, live in a nice apartment or home somewhere, and don't have to worry about where their next meals come from, I think they're doing something.
Right.
You know, everybody sings the praise of men and women in the military, but as soon as a brother come along, what's your rank? You're in the military. Oh no. Yeah, we get that too. I went on a date some years ago, and when they found out I was military, oh, you in the military? I don't know. What do you mean? How much money? First of all, that was inappropriate. Ask how much money, but once I do that question, I'm like, oh, you want to know?
Mm-hmm.
You count my pocket. We started each other to talk and see if we can really compatible.
Exactly. I gotta tell you something on that.
There are a lot of dudes out there, a lot of females that passed up. And these females go out, these dudes, they're always trying to brag about, well, I got this amount of money, baby, I can do this, do that. And they're miserable.
Exactly.
And then those y'all stuff with the kids, well, y'all the kids not being properly taken care of.
Exactly.
And the first thing y'all look to, those bus drivers, no garbage can
They
guys.
sure do. They sure do. They sure do.
Trash, excuse me.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that.
Yes.
Guys pick up the garbage. Y'all want them to come in and say that they gonna fix y'all fucked up existence.
Exactly.
No. And there are a lot of sisters out here, and there ain't even white women, but there are a lot of sisters out here who've gotten those type of brothers. They I want the brother who can go this and go on these trips and get me this. If you're working and you're making your own money, you should be able to buy your own shit.
Exactly.
What it is, they don't want to share what they got.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
They want to find a guy that say, I get his money, but I'm gonna keep mine in my pocket.
Exactly. Exactly.
She was being interviewed by Alana Bazette. That was how you pronounce her name. I was down my ass. I said, 30-some years, Sharon Zahn was warning about this type of mindset. Now, Alana's telling Debbie, no, there's nothing wrong with the guy who drives the bus. And she like, no. And then when people criticized her, she got mad and says, I'm trying to put on grades. What somebody got C's and D's and they got to do with them what they are doing now as an adult.
Exactly.
I remember when I was a kid, if somebody said you got a civil service job, you're doing good. Because everybody was in college.
Right.
There's this big push. This is why a lot of people pushing back on these debt forgiveness for these college, these so-called educated people making some amount of money.
Right.
Pay your own debt back since y'all can be better than everybody.
Exactly.
I'm not saying all think that way. Pay your own debts back. Since bus drivers and garbage men and janitors and whomever work blue-collar jobs are beneath you. Exactly. Miranda Lambert, I can't stand that racist bitch. But you know what she did? She's a millionaire. At least we're seeing present that she's well police officer, a New York City police officer. But Ebony, now that's too that's because y'all make enough money for you. And then assume because somebody those jobs, they must be stupid. I give you another example. When I was in fast food, I remember this chick looked down on me and some brothers. We was working one day and we was like, hey, how you doing? Just spoke to her. We wasn't cat calling her. We wasn't making any, she rolled eyes and be like, oh, wow. But then when she saw some of the brothers walk to their cars getting off work, she walks over and said, wait a minute, those y'all cars?
Mm-hmm.
And my car was like, yeah. He said, what you think we was doing? Oh my gosh, fast food. That's it. That pays that what pays good. Now, I can't speak to the fast food today because it changed a lot. But the thing is, she assumed because we was managers that we didn't make the good living.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this again. You got a lot of women that got in because they make a certain amount of money or they have certain looks and they miserable.
Yep.
Like I said, I know some women out here like that are miserable.
Yep.
Some are married and they are miserable.
And let me cut right here. And they online complaining. Them the ones you see online complain about passport bros, because them the same very ones he talk about. And that's true. When before he goes on, that yeah, I witnessed that myself. I had a woman ask me, just having a conversation on the phone, and she was non-black, and she lived out in California somewhere, and so it's not just black women, but it was this woman. She's come out and asked me, well, I said, well, I'm a driver. Well, how much do you make a year? First time I'm talking to you, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even, that was inappropriate. It's like, I'm trying to get to know you first as a person, but you telling me what kind of person that you is. But these women from different walks of life want to be independent. But he's right though that they miserable, and they make assumptions. I knew a guy that drove a real nice car when I was working down in Cincinnati, and he told me one time, he was a black dude, that we were working together because he worked at a different separate department, and he come in, it was some real nice luxury car, and sometimes when he come out of the work, like he just come out of the mill or something like that, because wearing boots and everything, and he said hi to the woman, and was an instant like what he was talking about. She kind of snubbed him, whatever, and then when she kind of looked back and see what kind of car, her reaction changed, because he had a real nice expensive car. So don't tell me that don't happen. That's true, and you make assumptions. And them same women, them are those same women that you see crying about these passport bros, these men going abroad, and that's the same one. Them the same club about these men. That's what it was. They too picky. You can't get mad at those women. And the women over there, they don't care. And they get the best of the best men because they want the men for themselves. It ain't this high influential, spend money on me, spend millions of dollars on me kind of mentality. That's the reason why they lose out. That's the reason why they losing out, because they got that high influencing mindset. And maybe the women over there, they want, of course, they take care of, but they ain't expecting you to make 6 figures. But anyway, let's go.
I'm married and they got miserable. Because the man they got with, they said, yeah, I know what she's on. And now she's stuck, especially if you get a certain age. Because let me break it down to y'all. When you start hitting 30, your value starts to diminish, baby girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you hit your 40s, yeah, it diminished, because right now you're competing against 20-somethings.
Yeah.
You're competing against an 18, 19, but you definitely compete against somebody from 20 to 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guys that you rejected because you had these morals and standards, we're looking at you like, yeah. You ain't nothing but a piece of ass to us. Oh, believe me, I know some females like that all of a sudden, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up? I was, nah, I'm cool.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
but we should go out. Nah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see a relationship. I'm just be honest with you. I keep my friendships different. But when I'm talking about females that are trying to holler at, that you might see, they might send you a message or something. I was like, no, why? You want to be honest with you? You want me to lie? Well, be honest with me. All I'm going to see is you from the sex. There's going to be a couple of times that I'm not going to talk to you no more. Oh, that's cold. That's not being honest. Because when we were a lot younger, we could have built something. You these unrealistic standards. Or your friend is on to do. And now, you must be gay, or you must want a white woman, you must be.
Yep, I had that happen to me.
That's not it. Don't let Umar Johnson and cats put that in your head.
Right. Right.
Y'all unrealistic standards. Nobody's telling you to date beneath your means. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying just date whomever.
Right.
But when you dismiss with somebody because they don't make a certain amount of money or the job don't sound prestigious to you,
right,
you're being arrogant.
Right.
If you're only going off somebody's looks, you're gonna be miserable. I know a lot of females would not be so-called, but they call pretty boys. Them pretty boys turn out to be assholes.
Yep.
Those pretty boys
Me too. Yep.
turn out to be shit in their bed. Not necessarily with another female, but a bunch of dudes. Ebony ain't the first black woman guy who did that. I remember Steve Harvey was on that Nightline. Sherry Shepherd and what's that? Reed. I can't think of her name. She used to be on BET. I can't think of her name. She's just with short hair. Oh fuck. I think her last name is Reed. But anyways, was it Jackie Reed or something? I believe Jackie something. Anyways, they was up there talking about they couldn't find any good black men. And me and other brothers at that time, just like our father and grandfather said, why do y'all get on TV act like y'all can't find any black? There's a ton of brothers out here that want to holler at y'all. And what it is,
still like that.
You assume that because they don't wear these certain clothes and shit,
right,
or they go to these certain restaurants that they've been eating. You don't know that. A lot of brothers that know what's going on in the world, they might feel that, hey, I'm not wasting my money on a dinner.
That's what's going on right now.
Or I'll take you out to this restaurant on a special occasion or whatever. Or I'd rather just be at home and just focus on you. I ain't got to show out in front of anybody.
Exactly.
And brothers, we gotta stop letting females like they run their way back in our lives.
Exactly.
Like I say, I'd rather be alone, which nobody really wants to be alone.
Right.
I'd rather be alone than be miserable with somebody who's only with me because of the status or what they think I got.
Mm-hmm.
And her personality came across Eric, and she thinks she's being strong and independent, but she came out really shitty. God, and you get envy, it was like, whoa, and I don't read nothing them guys to say. But when y'all think, I mean, a lot of people were sitting there like, yeah, she got like Keller, but she ain't the only one.
Mm-mm.
And then when a brother looks outside the community, y'all get angry, like, wait a minute.
Right. I'm about to tell you a video.
Y'all sit there and y'all choose these no-good ass dudes based on looks or what you think they got or what kind of job they got.
Right.
Not the person's character.
Exactly.
There's a lot of good dudes out here.
Exactly.
But like I said,
exactly.
at a certain point in your life, I'm just being blunt. You're gonna be done but a nut to them. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
No other women get out and say this shit out in public like our women do.
That's true.
And I'm not saying all black women do that. If we need more black women to call this behavior, y'all can ask dangerous to our community. There's a reason why they put certain black women on TV.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute it's like she be making sense, but then it gets to this, she like, oh man, she wanna love.
Yep.
What was that sister that was on that form of the Black News channel showing the Young Turks? She another. Y'all, and what it is, I think deep down what it is, y'all really don't want, these sisters don't want black men, but they don't want to come out and directly say it, so you go out here and they come up with these reasons why they not dating certain brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Because she even said herself, she did it all calm.
Right.
Very telling.
Right. And they ain't ask you for a ring?
You have to ask yourself, nice looking woman like her. And they said, well, she's single, like, what's going on?
Exactly.
jacked up ass personality. They want a certain type of dude. And when
Exactly.
they get that dude that they
Exactly.
craving, they realize, oh,
Exactly.
his personality is jacked up, or
Right.
he's not really compatible.
Yes.
Lisa Ray.
Yes.
Vivica Fox, all these females that have sat back and talked all this shit over the years, now they bitter. Now they online talking about sisters, your standards gotta be big. Man, some of y'all standards is unrealistic.
Right.
Some of us is self-hating, arrogant.
Right.
But I just been watching, reading a lot of comments. A lot of people look at her side. I think some black women look like, sister, what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what we've been telling y'all. We said, let them speak on them. They're telling themselves.
Yep. They sure will.
Everybody got their standards. There's nothing wrong with having standards.
Right.
But when you have this arrogant, unrealistic standards, that's
Right.
where the problem comes in. No, you don't want to date somebody that got drama in their life. You don't want to date somebody that's not mature.
Yeah.
You don't want to date somebody that's obsession, have an obsession over you or stalking. No, you don't want to date nobody like that. You don't want to date nobody when you always have to go in your pockets and pay for everything. But if somebody's working and they contributing and y'all, bro, you make a little bit more money, then you was blessed to make a little bit more money.
Right.
Because men have always been looked upon, they had to be the breadwinners to make more money.
Exactly.
But now we live in a society where they say women can do whatever a man can, or she put a mind to.
Right.
So if she makes a little bit more money than that guy, because that should discount that guy from your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But the irony is, the very women that said they don't want those type of guys, they just get a certain age, probably ask back to the community,
Yep.
and people look at like they crazy. Why do you think Halle Berry and
Yep.
and
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tracy Ross and all of a sudden they start showing more skin and shit?
Yep.
Because you alienated certain brothers or certain men, so now you gotta fall back on your looks, whether you have kids or not, whether you got kids, you gotta fall back and look for brothers that thirsty enough to just be in love with just looking at your body, look at you semi-nude. That shit gets tired after a while.
Mm-hmm.
When you reach a certain age in life, you want somebody that you can look to and have companionship, you can communicate
Thank
with,
you.
grow with each other. But if you actually got all these damn rules
Thank you.
and shit, the rule should be, this person's good for me.
Thank
Am I
you.
good for this person? This person love me. Do I love this person?
Right.
This person, male or female, trying.
That's
Or they
right.
out here trying to encourage each other. Those are
Right.
the things that count. But when you get lost up in status and shit, and then try to hide behind, well, reason why I'm doing this because black men don't exist. That no good black men. I hear that come out of people's mouth. There are brothers out here that are good and are great. Let's not, don't say decent. They're great.
Yep.
There are brothers out here that take
We're out
on
here.
other men's responsibility, which we shouldn't have to do.
Right. Right.
We have to sit and deal with y'all insecurities, y'all hang-ups about other dudes.
Right. Oh my God.
Get y'all been
Oh
blocked out
my
for
God.
years.
Yes. Yes.
It is. And I'm telling you,
Yes.
I'm not gonna betray anybody that I know. So I won't
Yes.
mention any conversations I've had over the years.
Yes.
But sometimes some of the people I know, I'm like, you were warned about this.
Right.
You were warned not to engage in that game.
Right.
My sister was deceased. I was telling her, I said, that dude's no good. I love him. Then, call, he broke my heart. He
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I got another sister that baby daddy drama. I'm gonna put it out there. And they ain't doing right by kids. Well, at least one of the fathers definitely ain't doing right by kids. And we grew up in a household where we saw two loving people. But y'all want to be about the world. Y'all want to be. Y'all see on TV. Y'all want to be like her. She's one in a million.
Mm-hmm.
She looked up, and those women, a lot of them on TV, looked up and got with some dude that already had money. Now I can turn around and tell you what you can, what you should be doing. They can't give you no advice.
Right.
Excuse me. This is why we have issues in our community.
Right.
Because the standards that y'all want.
Right.
Because some young dude go like, oh, in order for me to get with her, going to 9 to 5. Fuck that going to school studying. Look at the dudes on the corner. How these dudes can't even speak proper I'm about to speak, but they can't speak proper English. Excuse me.
That's true.
And women that deal with that dude all day.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's willing to take her and spend money on her and she loves him until he can't.
Right.
And then one day she gonna have an aha moment, and them dudes that she thought those would need for because he went to work or had a 9 to 5. Now all of a sudden, you don't want us? What? You must don't like black women. No, it's not that. Some of y'all unrealistic standards are unfair standards. There have been tons of brothers who have dated a waitress or dated somebody that's struggling. There have been brothers who dated women that was big public assistants.
Right.
And I know it's a myth that if you get public assistance, you must be a baby mama or something. That's not it.
No.
You got some who just can't find a job. They're struggling, trying to make ends meet.
Right.
Maybe some of them trying to go to school to better themselves.
Right.
And that brothers out there are patient with that.
Right.
But for some reason, they don't want that type of brother.
Nope.
They figure, oh, that type of brother, he'll be around forever. He'll be thirsty. He'll be here forever.
Yep.
Let's change that.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody might look up to me to do that might be on her level for income and status, but will she be happy? And if she is, God bless her, rock on. Keep doing what you're doing. But this,
Yep. But I'm gonna stop it right there. But yeah, and what he said it to the end, that's the truth. I've come across women like that, and that's why I was kind of like, yes, with the problems, with the issues, and it's crazy. It's like, make up your mind. It's like, what is the point? And it really have, and be honest with you, it kind of discouraged me because you got these women that don't want to play games. They got these high standards and stuff like that, and then it's like they really I don't like to use the word NIGGA, but we just say ninja. But they talk about ninjas all the time, but that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? I can't, because they put in their conversation. Black women put that in their conversation all the time. This ninja didn't do this. This ninja didn't do that. But yet they end up going with the same man that is a ninja. It's a ninja. They can't stand this ninja. Oh, he's something else. Then they want you to hear their crap. But they sit up there, the same dude, they'll sit there, and he come over, he give them that drama and that argument and that aggression. Next thing you know, she waking up the next day, making up some bacon and eggs. And he do lay around and hold his jock and play, smoke some cigarettes and be on the TV, and she go out there to work. That's the way some of these women are. But you upright dude that's got something. You might not have it at a level that most people. They don't want you here in the States. They don't want men like that. Anyway, and that's the truth. They don't want men like that. They too corny. They too square. And then the same one's gonna put that guilt trip on. Oh, you date white. Oh, I've been approached with that. Well, these other women want to get to know me for me, not from the ones I met that was about status and money. They understand it's the beginning of a relationship.
Come and try this.
I'm gonna hear what Filipino P.
I am not mad about black men getting their passports and paying to play overseas. I just truly want to help these men to see logic and reason. A man that's looking to marry a foreign woman went to an event wearing a top hat. Brother, are you serious? You look ridiculous. And you're clearly undesirable, but I'm sure that you blame black women for your lack of what it takes to attract them. But you want to go overseas where women are unaware culturally of your nature and pay them to pretend while you give them nothing but money and a wet behind. They aren't marrying these women. The men in this movement are largely undesirables or men that want to use a woman freely without her giving any pushback. No, I'm not mad that certain men have decided to go out of the country looking for their next victim. I'm completely okay with that.
That's what
I'm getting
say.
some mixed signals here. You say you're fine if the men want to leave, but then you call him ridiculous, clearly undesirable, and claim they're just using women. You say you're just trying to help, but that sounds more like an attack.
Exactly.
So maybe you do
Exactly.
care. Just a little. And you say men don't come here for real relationships. But that's just not true. My cousin married a passport bro, and they've been happy for years. So why are these women misrepresenting the guys who want to leave? Well, after watching a few more of their videos, I started to notice some common tactics.
The passport bros are dehumanizing women to the point of basically being used for their uterus and domestic capacity. The passport bros
This is hard to
put
talk
them to
about.
work in the bedroom and the home.
Ah, yes, the claim that the guys are coming over here so they can turn women into slaves and force us to work in the bedroom while they impregnate us. Diabolical. You seem to think we're mindless idiots with no will of our own. We might be traditional women, but we're not empty-headed. You may not know this, but in the Philippines, women actually have quite a bit of say-so in the household. Just talk to some of the foreigners that are married to us. But I suppose you know my culture better than I do, right?
Women are furious that men are so sick of them, that they'd rather go and look for a woman in another country than try to be with them. I mean, talk about being rejected. Passport bros is the term coined to describe the movement of predominantly black men to foreign countries to find traditional women who have the belief system to respect their husbands and stay attuned to their feminine selves. This term now includes white men and men from other ethnicities as well who are leaving Western nations and heading to the East for love and respect from women. This isn't surprising because women in the West are constantly complaining about how men are just not good enough, no matter what they do. Their high and far-reaching standards and plain prejudice against men are driving many to move to other countries. It really makes you wonder if this is a genuine shift in the female ideology, or if this is something that women have always wanted to achieve but couldn't in the past. If you just saw the clip at the beginning of this video, you'll notice that an incredibly confused woman walks about passport bras and how they're irresponsible for leaving their own women in their own country. Then she says she's okay with them leaving but leaves no doubt in anyone's mind who's listening that she's internally fuming at the thought of black men leaving women back home to search for better women, happier relationships, and women who believe in being feminine. These Western women are creating propaganda against passport bros and spreading fake news that these guys are horrible to women in the East and only go there to use women for their domestic capacities and their submissive nature in the bedroom. Guys, I can tell you that these Western women are incredibly jealous because women in the East might be traditionally submissive, but they're no pushovers.
Right.
In the video, we have an Eastern woman debunking all of this, as she shares an example of a Western woman spreading fake news about passport bras. Who would a woman be angry at this? I guess it really comes down to the fact that the ideology of the modern woman ideally works for them from the time when they're in their teens to the mid-20s at the most, especially in terms of financial success. If they're ambitious and want a career without wanting to settle down with a man or have a family, then this ideology works for them perfectly. But if they want to start a family, then this ideology goes against the way they want to spend the rest of their lives, and that's where the problems start. They realize they can't have everything, and that's when they start blaming men for everything that goes wrong with their lives. So when things aren't going exactly how women want them to go, in terms of career, relationships, and life overall, they want the equation to solve itself magically. Women aren't programmed to see themselves live through old age alone. This is why they want to have someone by their side as a financial cushion so they can live their lives in peace and not have to live in a nursery home. Ironically, most modern women say they don't need a man and yet depend on them for so much throughout their adult lives. Men come in the form of boyfriends, lovers, and sugar daddies. This is the reality today, plain and simple. Men are just tired of the modern woman who makes it next to impossible for them to go out on a nice date. Their unbelievable standards are making men look the other way and in other directions. To put the icing on the cake, if a guy does get and commit to a woman, there are all the chances that he's going to receive the minimum effort from her. A sorry state of affairs in the bedroom, constant complaining, lack of respect, and divorce. For what? he has his life savings and children taken away as a final nail in the coffin. This is what's causing men to go abroad and search for other women, which I don't completely believe in, but can completely understand. I have seen firsthand how some women use men for their passports and even date guys from first world countries just to enjoy the money which they take back home. It really is a strange and cold world that we're living in. Coming from a third world country, I can tell you this. Guys, what you need to understand is that most women are just doing whatever they can to ensure the money keeps coming in. If you think dating abroad is something that will find you a different kind of woman, think again. I've seen my fair share of real-life examples where women have conned men abroad.
Right.
And I believe it's time to actually hear from guys who have moved abroad to find wives they can commit to.
Right.
Over the last 50 years, we've seen a major shift in the way gender roles have been perceived. And very few people truly understand what each gender is naturally supposed to play for a meaningful, balanced life. With so many people confused about what they're supposed to do, ideologies such as those of the modern woman are bound to cause chaos in the natural order of how life was meant to be lived peacefully. For example, being chivalrous was meant to be a good thing. In corporate America, a business leader who used to open doors for his employees, men or women, used to command respect. Now it's just lost its meaning and impresses no one, at least in the United States. It may still be counted as chivalry in foreign countries where people still have some sense of traditional gender roles. Dating, or what used to be, is dead. It's all about who can provide, and for what. For example, the rise of these sugar daddy apps has only spoiled the dating marketplace even more. It just certifies what we're talking about and banks on the new roles defined by modern women who only date so that they can get what they want without any commitment.
Right.
And the guy can spend on her for a half-meant, half-serious interaction.
Right.
The relationships now have become completely transactional.
Exactly.
Give or take. Barter.
Right.
There's just so much that men have to do and be in order to complete the check mark for women. Tall, good-looking, have the right category of vehicle, bank balance, funny, more successful than...
Find the presents Mama love.
But I'm gonna stop it right there because it's about to get minutes. But this man had a Filipina woman she's helped him make millions of dollars. This is from Black Filipino.
You know you should be planning for the
Black
future.
Filipino. Look
Savings accounts
what this man.
suck.
He's gonna give his side
Investing can be
story.
scary.
How his
At Ground
his
Floor,
new
we
wife
believe
helped
there's a better
him.
way.
Help
Our products
make
offer the easy
women
access of a savings account with the real
to
returns of
Western
investing.
women.
We call it
Why do y'all feel like black women are supposed to help you build your life?
When we got married, we were like, what are we gonna do after marriage, right? After the wedding. So we're like, let's do business. So we're like, so what business would it be?
Why are black women the only group that's being asked to build men up financially?
Oh, yeah. We give away like trips. We give away
We gave a couple.
motorcycles.
We raffles.
Raffle
I'll show you the
tickets for
pictures.
motorcycles. So how many?
For all the women who claim they don't need a man, this video is not for you. But for the women out there who are looking to get married, you might want to pay close attention to this video. First off, black women are not the only women who are being asked to help a man build financially
Right.
or without finance.
Right.
But we're finding too many women in Western society thinking that they're just supposed to show up and reap the benefits of a man's hard work. Nah, ladies, in this day and age, you gotta bring something to the table other than your good looks and your vajayjay. So if you truly want a husband, this is the way you need to start thinking.
Exactly.
What you should be asking yourself is how quickly can I add value? That's the difference.
Long gone are the days when a woman could get upset when a man asks her, what does she bring to the table? The men who are looking for wives understand that a woman's value needs to be beyond her beauty and the bedroom. And the message is now being told by other women.
We've all heard the question, what are you bringing to the table, for years. So when they're asking this question to women, they are not asking for the same reasons. Men do not care what you have in your purse. They are asking, what kind of woman are you? Now that this question is being posed to women, It is exposing all of the women who really have no real character, because that's why they're upset. He just wants to know, are you agreeable? Are you peaceful? Do you like to cook? Can you keep a clean house? Do you want children? How do you feel about family? Do you involve people in your relationships? Do you go toe-to-toe with your men? How is your mouth when you're in an argument?
Before we continue, I want to give a special thanks to Ken, MLR, Darius Hampton, and Kevin O'Brien for your generous contribution in supporting my channel. Please know that your continued support is greatly appreciated. And Kevin O'Brien, I will start another channel once I move to the Philippines. For those of y'all who are interested in seeing my preparation for moving to the Philippines and what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis once I get there, and I'll be sure to announce it on this channel. Okay, so let's continue.
Why do y'all feel like black women are supposed to help you build your life? Why are black women the only group that's being asked to build men up financially?
I'm surprised that so many black women are out here that selfish that they don't know the answer to this. And I know this is going to be difficult for a lot of black women to believe, but the truth is, the only way we can succeed as a community and individually is if we work together. If we unify and make an alliance with each other, instead of black women thinking all of a sudden that black men are going to provide the way that non-black men do. And the only way they'll be able to get their own kind of power is if black women work together with them as a team.
Come on, ladies, don't act like you don't already know that the average man in the United States makes around $50,000 a year. It's extremely difficult to build wealth by yourself with that kind of money. So the men with money, they're very few. So if you want a man with money, you're gonna have to help build it. I mean, aren't we supposed to be in this thing together? But keep in mind, I'm only talking about if you're married.
It's supposed to go a little something like this. We are a team. So if I'm the one financially stable and I meet you and you have a dream, I'm supposed to invest in your dream. If I have a dream and you are the one who is financially in a good place, you're supposed to invest in me and help me build my dream. We're supposed to work together. So basically the answer to your question is because it's our responsibility and it's their responsibility to do the same for us.
And this is where the wheels falls off the wagons for most women in Western society, especially black women. They don't want to build with a man. They want him already established. Good luck with that.
And you don't want to build with anybody. You don't want to build a life together. Listen, honey, you better find yourself a Build-A-Bear. You need to find yourself a Build-A-Boo. Okay? Somebody that meets some requirements of who you want in character, your values, integrity, right? Lifestyle, goals, vision. Where are you two going together? Purpose, passion.
Unfortunately, for too many women out there that don't want to build with a man, they're going to spend the rest of their lives alone.
Why do y'all feel like black women are supposed to help you build your life? Why are black women the only group that's being asked to build men up financially?
So entitlement and provision do not go together. See, what's going on out here is we have a lot of underqualified women who are speaking on being provided for by the men whom they're interested in. So they see my story, they see some of the homies of mine, our stories, and they feel like that's what they're supposed to have, right? But see, here's the thing. Just because you're a woman, or God forbid, a beautiful woman, that does not mean that you just get to show up and have all your bills paid and have all of your needs provided. That ain't what we talking about. See, part of the problem is that when y'all say certain things out loud about what you feel like you deserve, the man who is in the position to actually provide what you need provided, he's turned off.
Yep, just want money spent on them by doing nothing of real value in return.
You should be asking yourself is how quickly can I add value? That's the difference. Women come into a relationship thinking, what am I going to get out of this? Is this guy tall? Does he make money? Is he successful? Can he take me on a date? Can he do this for me? Women always kind of go in thinking, what can I get out of it? Once you go in thinking, what can I do for this guy? That's how you switch the paradigm, and this is how women get kept as girlfriends and eventually wives.
But see, the problem now is a lot of these women, they want to skip the process and just get right to the providing. They want to be provided for, have all their needs met and all that. They don't want to put in any work. It's inherently lazy. See, when a man show up and he think because he dealing with a baddie, he just supposed to pay for her affection, that's a sucker. I don't use the word simp. That's some sucker shit to me. Men, black men specifically, we need support from our ladies. We need support from our wives. Y'all got to get off of this so busy trying to be a girlfriend, focus on becoming a wife. Wives get provided for by the men who have the capacity to do so.
So basically, men with money, there's not enough of them to go around. So if you're a woman that wants a man with money, go out and find yourself a build-a-boo. A man with a plan and the integrity to see it through. And you might have to help him financially. But even if you can't help him financially, you may have to help him build that business by being a part of the business. This is Stephen and Bea. Stephen is retired military, and he met Bea, a Filipina. They eventually got married. After the wedding was over, they decided to look into going to business together. Now, I'm pretty sure she wasn't wealthy, and neither was he. But look what happened when they worked together.
When we got married, we were like, what are we gonna do after marriage, right? After the wedding. So we're like, let's do business. So we're like, so what business would it be? So that's when we were actually preparing for the wedding. We were already going back and forth to Manila because I got my wedding gown in Divisoria, and I'm not shame about it. I love my wedding gown.
So clearly she bought a wedding gown and it was at like a discount store. This means that she was more interested in how beautiful the gown was rather than the label on the gown of who made it. Fellas, this is one of the things that you look for in a woman. She's not driven by Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
If you have a business or a business idea,
Exactly.
here are 3 of the 5 best business credit cards to apply.
This is one of the things that you look for in a woman. She's not driven by Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
We were like,
Saw that lemonade stand, and I love lemonade. I had never seen lemonade in the Philippines. Saw that lemonade thing, and I tasted it, and I was like, all right, this is kind of good. I said, but,
we get
when I went back the next day, and when I tried it again, it was different. And that's when I knew there was something there. It was different the first day, and not the second
No
day.
recipe.
And I said,
Yeah, they just winging it.
I said, okay, if we can come up, I said, for one thing, I love lemonade. And I'm like, you know what? I can build a better lemonade stand. I can do a better company.
Yeah,
so we decided to do the lemonade.
Yeah.
We decided.
Right after we got married,
I went to
wife
the baking
did
class.
not want to sit around the house, so she took a baking class and she learned all these measurements.
Yeah.
So
And that's when I started experimenting.
yeah, we started making it from that.
She helped him create the recipe for the lemonade.
We sold 650 cups in a day.
Yeah. From 10 a.m.
How much?
How much is that?
pesos a cup.
So we sold like 30,000 in one day. 30,000.
If you don't already know, the average Filipino makes only between $200 to $250 per month. They were making about $600 plus per day selling lemonade.
Some cases in my
Yeah,
How much are you paying for a rent for a day in the mall?
we were clearing everything in the first 3-4 days of the month. Everything else was profit margin initially, because prior to the big tax on sugar and things like that, we were making about a 47% profit margin on 1 cup. So that's how, in the first few days, we made the rent. The next couple of days, employee paid, and the rest of it was just money back.
So
we made
for 25 days out of the month, pretty much.
Yeah,
24 to 20 to 25.
That's why we were so big in our marketing. Yeah. We give away like trips. We give away motorcycles.
We gave raffles. I'll show you the pictures.
So how many branch do you have in?
Well, we had 2 in Palawan, in Robinsons and SM, and then Iloilo we opened 2 in SM, and then the next one we opened was where, in Festive. Festive, and then we opened one.
We popped out everywhere. Robinsons,
We were taking over every mall. Gaisano, GT. Yeah.
Our normal would be like 50 to 20,000 a day. In one location.
Wow.
Yeah. That first location made 100,000 US the first year. We sold 100,000 cups at 55 pesos, almost to the day after we
With one flavored lemonade.
So basically, she helped him build a multi-million peso business within the first year, selling lemonade. But now listen to what she does when one of the employees doesn't show up for work.
When a crew is absent, I go in.
Yeah. We had,
From morning.
look,
Christmas
I'm telling
Day,
you,
right?
it was Christmas Day, an employee bailed on us.
Wow.
They stepped in. We had all kinds of plans that day. It was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It was Christmas Day. That's like our busiest day. And she put a little uniform on, a hat. We were wearing hats. I'm going to show you the pictures.
Ice prices.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. It was raining that day.
Running around town finding
Because
ice.
everything was closed. We ran out of ice. I think the CO2 tank.
Yeah, they ran out too.
Because initially we were running them on a CO2 tank, and the only one we could find was almost 5 feet tall. And then we put a Santa Claus hat on top of that boy and kept moving.
So the next time a man asks a woman, what does she bring to the table? This is one of the things that he's looking for. Is she resourceful? Is she willing to build a business with him together? So if you want a man with money, you're more than likely going to have to help him build a business to get that money. But if you don't want one, no worries. I'm pretty sure the women overseas will be more than happy to take these loser-type guys, according to Western women, and build a business with him for herself. Needless to say, some of these women overseas are taking advantage of the men that are coming to their country looking for wives. Shout out to Jay, the guy who interviewed Stephen and Bea, and his wife Kay, who's the voice you hear behind the camera. Jay's channel is called The Black Filipina TV. If you want to check them out, I'll put the link in the description box below. And also, Stephen and Bea, they started their own channel. And I put that link in the description box below too. And the name of their channel is Philippines in Full Effect. By the way, Jay's wife Kay is with him every time he interviews a couple. She's holding the camera and she's asking good questions. Also, they're buying condos in Manila and they're renting them out Airbnb. Together. Building businesses together. So for all the Western women out there saying that the passport brothers that are going overseas are losers, if you say so.
Women come into a relationship thinking, what am I going to get out of this? Is this guy tall? Does he make money? Is he successful? Can he take me on a date? Can he do this for me? Women always kind of go in thinking, what can I get out of it? Once you go in thinking, what can I do for this guy? That's how you switch the paradigm, and this is how women get kept as girlfriends and eventually wives. Men, go ahead and commit to women, right, that add value to their life, because most women are liabilities and not assets.
Society has totally tricked women into thinking that just being a woman and being with this man is privilege enough for him just to be with you. Just because you spread it open and bust it wide does not mean that that's what you bring to the table and that's all that you need to have as a woman, and he should appreciate that. He can get ass anywhere.
See, these dudes, Kimmy, that's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what does she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man?
Well, Steve, women aren't like they used to be back in the day.
Right.
And neither are the men.
Right.
But some of these women, they just want to sit at the finish line, waiting for the man who has everything already accomplished.
Exactly.
Then she just wants to reap the benefits of his hard work. So from one older gentleman to another. If you're not going to pay attention to what's going on in society nowadays, you might want to sit this one out and let those of us men who are paying attention handle this.
So fellas, do not let these people try to gaslight you, try to make you feel like you're less than a man with that whole real men don't ask women what they bring to the table crap. Yes, you do. You ask questions about a car before you buy it, a house before you purchase it. This is no different. Ask questions, because it's not only about the woman, it's about you too.
Other than your relationship with God, who you choose to spend the rest of your life with is the single most important decision you'll ever make. Your other half will be your better half or make you half of what you could be. She will either inspire you to greatness or reduce you to mediocrity, or choose wisely.
You're just gonna weed out and vet out all of the women who do not have a high character, because a woman of high moral values and standards will not have a problem answering that question.
Hey, somebody didn't tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe.
And I definitely agree with what she said and what Raul just said. That's true. Please act right. That is so true. And see how they built together. And that's why there are some passport men, just like white men, are leaving and other men are leaving black women. That's why. They're not finding enough good character of women, like the other video said. It could be because you bring an unrealistic value. Putting booty pictures on Instagram, TikTok is not going to do it. it's not gonna do. It's not your beauty in your face no more, like the first video. Very attractive woman, but you ever see when you see attractive women like that are single for a long time? That should be a red flag. And my thing is, why did she settle down? If black men ain't to her standard, there's always the white men. Why did the white men then take her up on the offer? Or whatever man that she dated, why did she ain't got a ring on her finger? Since they want to throw that. Why they haven't wiped her up? Why she haven't picked him? You know, would she think her beauty's gonna last forever? It's gonna be a ticket meal? That's what it turned out to be. It's not about relationships. It's not about character no more. And men are getting tired of it. But they thinking that they can run the same old game where they used to run 5-10 years ago on men. Have one man over here, the bad boy that you would give everything to. Have the nice guy over here that you just keep pandering him and saying, sweetie, honey, could you get me this? Could you get me this? Them days are over. Them days are over. Men are getting tired and we're fed up. Some who've been the really good guys at that end, we're tired. So that's why some of you gonna be alone if you got that mindset. And I don't care how attractive you are or how good your stuff is, as a woman said in that video. It's a rap, Jack. If you don't bring something, and they can't handle that. And the ones who complain about these men from the beginning of the video, in which you have a lot of them, that's why they don't have a man, but they bitter. And all they have to do is change their character and search themselves and do some self-evaluation. Maybe as they come and try and bring their problems online and complaints online, maybe they should take some time to look into the mirror and ask the good Lord upstairs, what is wrong with me? Why can't I keep a man and with me? And he will definitely give you your answer that you need. And he'll take, especially one of the women that can't keep a man. You're attractive, but you can't keep one around. You know. And that's all I gotta say about this video. But yeah, my wake up, women. You know, the geeky looking dudes could be the next dude. Could be going over there getting him a woman that can build up a multi-million-dollar business. The dude you kind of passed up over here because he wasn't a ninja enough for you to entertain and argue and fight with you and getting just to see what kind of man he is. Them days are over. Them days are over. You're going to end up staying and sticking with Pookie. And he going to come in and out of your life, ain't bringing nothing. Bring you drama and headache and whatever. Fighting till y'all be 50, 60, 70 years old fighting. I know people doing that now. Drinking and smoking and getting high and talking crap. And having the police called on them every so often. But if you want a real black man, you have to change your mindset. If you want a black man who has good character, you got to change your mindset. So you won't get the ninjas that you be talking about. This ninja, he always Well, that's what you end up with because you spoke it. So for some of you that use that terminology, that's the truth. Some of you use that term, so you get the ninja, the man with the character, and then you try to make the good guy the ninja. He's not a ninja. With your terminology, what some black people so affectionately use it in good, bad, and term word in the community. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody use a heck, man. Put in a rap song, comedian saying it, everybody saying it. Ninja police. So you get whatever the person who speaks like that, you get that character. Think about it. You got that pimp mentality, the street mentality. That's what you get. He ain't have no peaceful life. He got the ninja life. And that's all he know. The recap about the old days when he was a bad ninja on the street, in the jail, in the prison, and everything. Him and his partners, same old thing. That's why you don't have the real McCoy, the nerdy geeky dudes that he don't float my boat. That's why they're leaving and going to other women. So that's the question you answered, and we see how some of you are dysfunction on when you bring your business online. So that's showing, because it's two-way street. If a man was doing that, showing of his true nature, you wouldn't want to see that. Complaining, oh, these women are horrible. They're going with these white and foreign men. We don't do that. We say, go ahead. Go get your 5-figure man. But you better, if you want to keep him, you better learn how to be a good wife. Because other than that, you get on his nerve, he gonna leave you. Or he gonna be like what Harvey said. Men just gonna, you just be, a climax for it, and that's it. All right then, think about it. Don't get mad at this message. Just think what the message on the video was saying. Take care.